This is step 1 for the yearbook this year, choosing a layout. The first thing you're going to do is open up our Google Drive. You're going to go to the shared drives. You're going to go to Holmes Journalism. And you might need to give it a second to load. Once it loads, the folder that you're working in is the 2020 yearbook folder. And you'll see there's already some folders in there. And what you will be doing most is working on your pages. So you have to know what page number your content is on. So for the example that I'm doing, we're going to be looking at cross country, and that's on pages 28 and 29, and we're going to be looking at tennis on page 23. So it's organized by deadline. You can look up at the wall and see which dot color your deadline is. Our first deadline is the blue deadline. So I'm opening that up and going to give that a second to load. You'll notice here that you have a bunch of folders, and these are all the pages due on blue deadline. So I said we were going to look at cross country first, and I know that cross country is page 28 and 29, so I'm going to double click and open that folder, and there are the actual pages of the yearbook that we're working on. So we're going to go ahead and open this up, and it's going to launch InDesign. It is important to tell you that the name of these page files is named this way with all the crazy numbers for a reason. It starts out with the page numbers, and this is our job number with the publishing company. So please, please, please don't change the name of these files. Okay, once you have your pages open, you should see some things pop up like this, and this is your 2-page spread. You'll see it says the page numbers 28, 29, then it says folio copy. I'll tell you what we do with that later. And you should see a toolbar here, and a couple of other things. Okay, I actually didn't mean to do that, so I'm going to pop that right over here. You'll also see on the right hand side, this is where you can actually access pages, layers, links. This is when you start putting photos in there. Your stroke, that's how thick your lines are for things, and your color choices, and all kinds of things over here on this navigation area. So it's all there for you to access. One of the things you'll need whenever you're working on your pages is you'll need to go here to Window, Styles, and Paragraph Styles. And that's going to open up this little window right here. It's just a window you'll need a lot because these are all our set fonts and sizes. So there's our main headline. It's a font called Shorelines. Our subheadline, our caption lead-in, our caption, our pull quote, our photo credit, our body copy, and our panel pages size. So those are all things that you will need. And once you have all that up, you're ready to go. The first step and when you have your pages open is going to be to complete your first tab, which is choosing a layout. Okay, this is a little tricky, so I'm going to show you how to navigate it. You're going to go to pages first, and instead of being on, these are your actual pages. For this, you're going to click onto our master pages like that. So you'll notice that it went from a blue kind of translucent bar when you're on these pages to a gray translucent bar. These are the master pages, okay? So these are the ones, whatever pages come after this, it works on. Now on these master pages, you're going to go click on layers, and you'll see one layer called layout templates. You're going to drop that open, and you'll notice there's A through T on here, and all you have to do is click the eyeball on one, and it's going to bring up these black bars. You can click the eyeball off of one, look at another one. These black bars indicate where spaces will be on your page, and then the numbered areas are where your mods for that page are going to go. So you can click through and see there's all kinds of variety. What you will be doing is picking one of these page layouts that you're going to work with on these pages. Now the only trick to this is that you have to make sure that whatever pages you're working on, for instance, we're working on pages 28 and 29, the pages that come before and after your page aren't the same letter layout. Because what we're looking for is when people turn, there's a variety of letters and everything like that. If you've got a 2-page spread, you can pick any one of these, A through P, and that's fine. For this example, I'm going to pick layout K right here. Okay. Now, if I picked this one, what I would need to do is go to our editor and tell our editors, hey, for pages 28 and 29, I did K, all right? And they're going to pull open our ladder, which is our plan for all our pages, and they're going to write down next to your pages K, And then we know whoever's trying to get the pages before you and after you won't get K. And if they tell you, hey, you need to pick another one, then you need to pick another one. So I'm going to pick K for this one right now. And I want to show you two. You'll notice that up here, there are these last 1, 2, 3, 4 letters has an even page and an odd page. Those are for single pages. Now, a lot of the pages in our book cover one single page. For instance, tennis on page 23. So I'm actually going to go open up tennis also so you can see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go to Google Drive, Shared Drive, Holmes Journalism, Yearbook, Pages, Blue Deadline, and 23 to 23. That would be one page. We're going to open that up. Give it a second here. And there's our single page. It's page 23, so that's an odd number. So now I know I need to do the same thing. Go to my master pages up here. And I need to go over here to layers. And now when I'm looking at these, I need to look at the odd page layouts only. So there's one. There's one. There's one. And there's one. So for our purposes here, I'm going to select one of these. And that way you understand that it works. If you were to have another single page to the left here, if you select an even page one, you would see you could have separate content here designed separately, and it still kind of goes together. So once you pick your template out for your layout, you go back to pages, and the rest of the work you will do on your actual page down here. You can click off of the master pages where you get this blue bar again, and this is where you'll be designing. Same thing over here. This is where you'll be designing. Now, make sure only one person in your team has this open at once, because it does get complicated if you start opening up a copy and a copy and a copy. It makes a copy of it. So just one person opening and working on them at once. But this is how you select your layouts.